put my shoes on in a second. Michael, how are you? Michael says, good morning. If they have a great live stream, I'll be there for the other two. Well, thank you, Michael. Hey, Lee. Nice to see you so early. Lee says, hey, Yogi, sir. Jessica.
For 70 years.
Jessica, you've been on my mind this morning. Know that you're in my prayers. Know that I'm sending you love all through the day. Lee says, good morning, Jessica. How are you? Hey, Lucy. Lucy says, hi, Michael. Hey, great outdoors. Hey, Jessica. And Jessica says, I'm nervous but ready. Understood. We'll get into some breath work in just a few minutes. 5:02. Sorry, I'm a little late. Hey, Sissy. Grandest Rising, beloved soul family, familia. Lucy says, good morning, Sissy. Jessica says, thank you, Eric. You're welcome. I'm going to read the second stanza from my book. It's God Have a Hero. In just a minute. First, I'm going to put my shoes in. Lisa saw fantastic premiere yesterday. Sissy says, good morning, beautiful sister Lucy. Yep, I was really happy to get there just in time for that premiere. Shoe time. Bug. I'm going to get out and walk after this live stream. We got a little bit of pond work going on for a month, and I'm wondering how it's going to affect my beaver sightings. And I was going to go the other direction to avoid the work. They don't start as early as I'm out there, but if I'm going to miss less, if I'm going to miss more wildlife in that direction because of the daytime construction work, then so it's maintenance work in the pond actually. Then I would head the other direction. However, there's trail maintenance going on in the other direction as well, so it has me limited in. This would be a good time for a car because then I would drive to a couple of other lakes and ponds in my area. I got a wonderful turtle pond that I haven't been to yet this year. It's not that far away. It's walking distance, and I don't mind walking that. I know you guys don't need to hear any of this that I'm talking about. Cat says, hi all. Hi, Yogi. Hi, Cat. Sniper says, take the unseen path. Eric, Grand Risings. Thank you, Sniper. Lucy says, Cat. Where was I this morning? Well, I was going to read something, right? So if you remember, the first stanza was about seeing God within. Hey, Maddie. Maddie says, Mr. Yogi, my friend. Maddie, how are you? I was seeing over at Kat's this morning that you said you had sleep issues. I can relate with that. I changed my whole life around in order to fix my lack of sleep. It was not easy, but it was definitely worth it. Maddie says, I'm good, thank you. My cat said good morning to you all. So let's see. Yesterday I read, when you close your eyes and you see God within, you are God's hero. And then I read the essay that came with it. Again, this is from my very first book. The second stanza. When you open your eyes and see God in everyone, you are God's hero. This was put in a specific order that it's very difficult to look around a troubled world. It's very difficult to look around and see people who have caused you grievances, that you have resentments against, that you believe have done something wrong, and see God in them. So we don't start there. We start with closing our eyes and cultivating the presence of God within. Then we open our eyes and we look. And now, because we have experienced the presence of God within us, we're able to recognize it. Don't want to say extend. The presence of God is one of extension, but it's already there. So it's more like removing shadows. It's more like removing layers that have stood between us and that recognition of God and someone else. Even the most troublesome person in your life is the essence of God. Even the person that has pushed all of your buttons, the person that has disturbed you more than anyone else, they still have the presence of God. It can't be denied. However, on the level of form, doesn't mean that they need to stay in our life. Doesn't mean that they don't have to face whatever justice system we have in place. But we don't solely rely on the level of form. Anyway, let me read the essay. Do you remember when you open your eyes and see God in everyone, you are God's hero? A whole new level of responsibility comes with the knowledge that God is within us. If God is within you and me, then he is within everyone. Even those we may dislike, even those we may hate, everyone. With this new responsibility, we now have a choice. Should we continue to judge the human personalities which we come into daily contact? Or should we look past the human form, which we all share in different forms, shapes, and colors, and see the divine form that shines from within us all? This is a simple choice for everyone, although not always an easy one. The answer is to see God in everyone. This will take compassion, commitment, and above all, patience, with ourselves as well as with others. But such response is all part of the hero's journey, is it not? There it is. Stanza 2. Hi, Anna. Anna, good morning. Super says going to need some more likes. So I wrote this in 1999 when my whole life was changed. A decade of drinking simply vanished. I didn't stand on a soapbox and announce that I was going to quit drinking. I didn't even know I was going to quit drinking until something happened and gave me a choice. Sissy says, I need that book. It is on Amazon, by the way. It is on Amazon. So, Kat, I don't know if you heard what I said yesterday about my book, Dancing Molecules, which I promised to send you. I haven't been able to get to anywhere to send anything. However, I'd love to send you a copy from Amazon directly to your house. And then, if we have the opportunity, I would love to sign it in person. How does that sound? Let's see. Jessica says, some of that confuses me, but I kind of understand. Let's talk about what confuses you. And let's talk about what you kind of understand. And let's cultivate the understanding. Kat says, y'all hit the like button. You hear that southern accent coming out, guys? Sissy says, I'll be perusing. What a lovely word, perusing. What if I can fit that in a conversation today? Since my only conversation today will be with you and my cat, we'll see. We'll see if I can do that. My cat's not even interested. She's not impressed with me using fancy words. Jessica says, hi, Anna. Anna, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. How are you? William says hello to everyone. Hey, William. I was very fortunate enough to gift William a copy of my first book. I regret that I didn't sign it, but the next time he stops by, I'm going to sign the book and give him more bananas. Well, give him bananas. Sissy says, oh, that would be phenomenal to have an autographed copy of one of your books, my friend. I'd love to. I got to find a way to do it. I'm hoping after this this month passes, I'm gonna be able to sort things out. To it'll probably be another year, but I'm hoping to get another vehicle. Whatever. Squirrel says, the hero you seek is not in some distant glittering realm, but is an unfolding mystery of your own becoming. I like that. Jessica says, I'll message you about it later, Eric. Gotcha. Sniper's waving at William. Manny says, I'm going to purchase a couple of books of yours off Amazon for Chloe. Well, thank you, Maddie. I appreciate that. Wish I could sign something for everyone. I always ask people, read it first, and if you like it, I'll sign it. And if you don't like it, I'll sign someone else's name. If you don't like it, I'm going to sign Love Wayne Dyer. Love Deepak Chopra. Hey, that's a good idea, Kat. Amazon should have it set up for you for an extra fee. Oh, well, it doesn't have to be an extra fee. For the author, we'll send a signed copy. And it says, I'm good. Thank you, Yogi. Sissy says it would be an honor. For an extra fee, I will sign it. Love, Deepak Chopra. I had the good fortune of meeting both Wayne Dyer and Deepak Chopra. I mean, they would not recognize me out of a crowd. They would not. Wayne Dyer's no longer with us. I met Neil Donald Walsh, Marianne Williamson, Debbie Ford. That was nice. The first trip I took with Milka was to New York City to meet Wayne Dyer. It's like a pilgrimage. Finally, I met Wayne Dyer, gave him a copy of my books. He was very gracious. And he leaned over, shook my hand, leaned over, gave me a hug, whispered in my ear as if he was going to impart the secrets of the universe. If you guys can picture big, tall, bald-headed Wayne Dyer, and he whispers in my ear, just loud enough for those in that close little circle to hear, and said, if you and I put our heads together, we'd make a perfect ass out of ourselves. I drove 1,000 miles to hear the wisdom of Wayne Dyer. This was in 2002, I think. And basically, he made a bald joke. Kat says, exit for extra ship. Oh, okay. Kat, you're so smart. Smarter than me, that's for sure. Jessica says, somebody drink a bunch of water for me. I'm thirsty. Yeah, to me, that was always... 2 years ago, I mentioned this to Maddie. Yesterday, I had a skin cancer in the back of my neck, and it was removed, and I was supposed to fast, no water. Hardest part was not having coffee in the morning. And it turned out when I got there, they said, hey, it's not super, super deep. If you don't mind a little bit of tugging, if it doesn't disturb you, we're not going to put you out. We're just going to, shoot you up with, not Novocaine, whatever it is they use, and yank it on out. And I was like, man, if you don't have to put me out and go through all of that, I'm absolutely fine with it. Sissy says, written for me, Lee, if I write it down, my speech impediment are less likely to crop up. Hey, Sissy, I don't know if you've heard me mention my own speech impediment, specifically growing up. The difficulty that it has caused me. Still, as far as like triggering. And it happens inadvertently quite a bit. But when I view it as well, it's been a bit of a gift. It allowed me to develop a sense of humor. It allowed me not to take everything about myself so seriously. Kat says they have lots of similarities, Soul and Yogi. Oh. We do. I agree. We don't have that lovely, lovely voice that Sissy has. Enchanting. Truly enchanting. I think we've all mentioned this. It's the voice that draws you in. It's the message that makes you stay. And I could even flip that around. The message draws you in. the voice keeps you. You're unable to move away. Lee says, I've noticed Soul Stars, I think you are similar to Yogi. You both have a good rhythm and flow, and you are engaging. Here's what I discovered. If I talk fast enough, no one actually understands what I have to say, so no one ever questions me. If I pause, you guys would be like, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. Does he even do yoga? So I don't do I don't do any pauses. Thank you, Maddie. Each day the sun shall rise, bringing light before our eyes. The dark night for sure will appear. The dark night will for sure appear. Let not these things bring fear. That was beautiful. I don't know what it is about Maddie. Such a deep heart. Such a man. Maddie's a tough guy, no doubt about it. But he's got a heart of gold. You see Maddie break open when Chloe laughs, and it's an amazing thing to witness. And man, I'm certainly blessed by Maddie. Thank you so much, my friend. I'm blessed with the friendship of Maddie and Chloe. I absolutely love spending time with them. He is definitely a poet. Cat's competitors drink is my morning coffee. Cat has no competitors. I was looking at Cat's this morning. She's very close, getting really close to 1K. 942 subs, guys. I hope those watch hours are creeping up, Cat. Eric, breathwork. Yes. Let's do that now. It is 5:19. Let's start today on a very mellow and relaxed note. We're going to do the 4-7-8 breath. You got a premiere coming up soon? The teddy bear within the... Yes, the teddy bear within the grizzly. I love that dichotomy. I love the that you can see how protective Maddie could be towards Chloe and towards his friends. And Maddie has mentioned that before. He's mentioned before he will not put up with anyone disrespecting his friends on a live stream. He actually... The funny thing is, he timed someone out on one of my live streams and then apologized to me. That's Maddie. He timed someone out and he says, sorry, I know you don't like that, but I will not put up with someone disrespecting you. He protected me and he apologized. That's Maddie. That's Maddie. Summed up perfectly. I always think, I have no idea how I got so lucky. All of you guys. Thank you, Sissy. I'm going to swing on over after we do our breath work and make sure I have your premiere up. Anna says, thank you, Maddie. Maddie says, we are blessed by your presence, specifically each and every one in your life. Jessica, well, stand in your corner for just 1 minute and we'll do our breath work. Let's do the 4-7-8 breath. Let's do 6 rounds. So we breathe in through the nose for count of 4. We hold for a count of 7. We exhale with a whoosh, pursing the lips, extending the breath as if we are very gently blowing out a candle or releasing air from a balloon. 6 rounds. Jessica, are you ready, my friend? If you guys could offer some prayers to Jessica, she's going into surgery today. And let's just surround her with prayer, surround her with love. Maddie says, I would like to think that I've never disrespected anyone in any channel I visit. If I have, I apologize profusely. Never. I've never seen that happen, Maddie. You and I are in the same circle and same circles. I've never seen that happen. Jessica's ready. All right. So for those who are going to participate, do you close your eyes? Just close your eyes, drop the shoulders. Even in the morning, we wake up and we immediately put the weight of the world on our shoulders. I'm not going to ask you not to, but I'm going to ask you for just 6 breaths. If you can let that weight go. You don't have to carry it, and you certainly don't have to carry it alone. For 6 breaths, we're going to put the world down. We're going to forget about it. We're going to breathe together. One breath, one love, one experience of our true connection together. Surrender. We're going to breathe in for a count of 4. We're going to hold for a count of 7. Exhale through the mouth. Gently for a count of 8. Notice the breath. Just notice the breath. Just notice the breath. Now we're going to breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with a whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale with a whoosh for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Relax the breath. Just let it go. When you surrender the breath, allow yourself to experience how everything picks up exactly where we left off. The breath continues without any need of your concentration, without any effort from you. You don't have to remind yourself to breathe. The breath is there. You don't have to search for oxygen. It's present. Everything you need to be whole, to heal, to be blessed is already here. You don't need to search for it. If there's a path, you're already standing on it. If there is a destination, you are already there. Whole, complete, and loved. With that, when you're ready, open your eyes. I'll see you in the chat. Thank you for the message, Kat, from Lee. I appreciate that. Kat says, hey, oh, I read that. If you didn't hear, Lee from Magnetic North sends his regards. Thank you so much, Kat. Zippy says, Jessica, in the silent chambers of being, let healing unfold. Easy says, does God have a hero? I've read that. Indeed, you have, my friend, and I appreciate that. I think you might have been the first person to buy a copy of my book in maybe 10 years. Someone sent me a, I don't know what they're called. You know, in some churches, they have the letterboard outside and they put a message. Someone sent me a snapshot that, I forget what it was. It was one of the stanzas from the book, and they were going to be teaching it in their Sunday service, which is a great honor. Do you know the Catholic school that I went to? My mom was actually pretty proud that I wrote this book. She brought it to her school, and they said, well, it's nice. We're glad I went to that school as well. We're glad that Eric has, I think they said, overcome his difficulties and wrote a book, but we can't have it because it's not a message endorsed by the Catholic Church, because I painted a more inclusive God. Because he says Christian or a Catholic or something else. Something else. I embraced it all, though. Goodsby says, it's been a while. Goodsby says, hi, I'm back. Well, welcome back. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Maddie, thank you. Maddie says, Mr. Yogi is here for all. Picks up when mentally we fall. His kindness and heart are great. Our meeting was just fate. We love you, Mr. Yogi. I love you too, Maddie. I love you. I love Chloe. I wish you guys so much love. If you guys haven't had the fortune and pleasure to sit at the kitchen table while Maddie's time flies and Chloe is laughing in the background, yesterday was particularly funny. I hope you take the opportunity to do so. Maddie, did I hear you say you're going to tie flies tonight too? You guys won't regret the time that you spent. It reminds me of my kids. It reminds me of myself as a kid. And going to visit relatives and sitting around the kitchen table and just having conversations with family. And Maddie is family. DC says, hi, Ghost. Hey, nobody. Ghosty says, oh, nice. I'm Christian. I go to Alliance Church, getting baptized in a month. Awesome. And it says, hi, nobody, really? Congratulations. But he says, yes, time tonight, live, Mr. Yogi. I will be there. Oh, Easy says, I also read Dancing Molecules. I'm sending a copy of that to Kat. And our dear friend Shirley has a copy, which floored me when she told me. And I don't know if you're still here, Shirley. As I mentioned yesterday, if there's anything that you find that you particularly like, and I hope there's at least one, let me know, and I'm happy to read it. Easy says, I'm still going to do a book review. I've just been neglecting my YouTube channel. I understand. Maddie, thank you again so much. All right, my friends, I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna see whatever there is to see, whatever nature shows up. Shirley says, oh, Yogi, you know I don't share my opinions with you. Laughing out loud. Surely you share something much greater than your opinion. You share your heart. Everywhere I go, Shirley is already there, sharing her heart. It's absolutely amazing. Easy. I'd love to hear a book review sometime. I hope it's worth the purchase for you. Let's see. Lucy says, "See you later, Yogi Eric." Thanks, Lucy. And I subscribe to Ghost Spy. Maddie says, "You're welcome, Miss Yogi. Enjoy your walk." I will. Thank you. I'm hoping for. I was telling Kat the trifecta. Not quite the Holy Grail, but still the trifecta is beaver, fox, and owl in one walk. I'll settle for one day because I walk 3 times a day. But if you don't see it in the morning, chances are you're not going to see it later in the day. Wildlife is just more apt to see it early in the morning. Beaver, fox, owl. The Holy Grail. They have been present in my neighborhood, but you're unlikely to see them all in one day for sure. Would be bear, coyote, bald eagle. As of this year, they've all been here, right in my backyard, but or front yard, as the case may be. Um, the only one I've seen, myself in my neighborhood has been the bald eagle. But my neighbors have seen bears. My neighbors have seen the coyote. Hey, Lady Sky. Hey, Commander. Thanks for being here. Jessica, sending you love. You will be in my thoughts and in my prayers all through the day. And we're heading out. Guys, I will see everyone. If you're around, come on by and hang out. 1 o'clock. Sissy's having a premiere. Go hang out with Sissy. That's Soul Stars. If you have the time, please go by. Please keep Jessica in your prayers. Maddie's going to be tying flies later today. I suspect Kat might, I don't know for sure, Kat might be live with the sunrise, maybe. And just keep an eye out for each other. Someone's going to be doing something. One of our friends is going to be doing something. It's all about support. With that, I'm going to go. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here.